Ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask you a simple question. How long are you going to wait before you start living the life you were meant to live? How long are you going to keep telling yourself, tomorrow I'll start, next week I'll make the change, next month I'll take action? Let me tell you something, your future doesn't wait. Your dreams don't wait. Every second that ticks away while you hesitate, the life you could have is slipping right through your fingers. You see, delay is the silent killer of potential. It's comfortable, it's safe, it whispers to you that it's okay to stay stuck, that it's okay to settle for mediocrity. But the truth is, comfort is the enemy of greatness. Comfort keeps you frozen in a moment that is slowly suffocating your dreams. The life you are living right now, if it's not exactly where you want to be, is a direct result of the choices you made yesterday, last month, and last year. And if you continue to delay, it will only get worse. But here's the incredible thing about human beings. We have the power to change our trajectory in an instant. You can decide right now that you're done waiting, that you're done letting fear, doubt, or hesitation control your life. That you're ready to step into the person you were meant to be. The person who doesn't just dream about a better future, but takes massive action to create it. I want you to understand this. There is no perfect moment. There is no ideal set of circumstances waiting for you. Life will never be perfectly aligned. The stars will never completely line up. The economy might be uncertain, your resources might feel limited, your schedule might feel impossible, but those are just excuses. Real success, real fulfillment, real power comes from deciding to move forward in spite of those obstacles. Action creates momentum, and momentum creates results. So, what does it mean to stop delaying? It means waking up every single day with a fire in your heart. It means making a decision and sticking to it. It means being relentless, even when it's hard, even when it's uncomfortable. It means setting your goals so high that they scare you, because fear is a compass pointing you directly to growth. You have to ask yourself, what are you waiting for? Are you waiting for motivation? Motivation is fleeting. Action is permanent. Are you waiting for permission? Nobody is coming to give you permission to live your best life. You give it to yourself in this very moment by saying enough is enough and moving forward. Every person you admire, every person you say, I wish I could be like them, made a decision at some point to stop delaying. They refused to be victims of circumstances. They refused to let fear dictate their actions. And that's why they are living the life most people only dream about. And the same opportunity exists for you right now, not tomorrow, not next week, today. Your future is begging you to move. It's calling out to you in every moment you hesitate. It's telling you if you take action today, everything can change tomorrow. So stand up, commit. Take that first step, no matter how small. One step will lead to another. Momentum will build. Your confidence will grow. And before you know it, the life you've been dreaming about won't be a dream, it will be your reality. Stop delaying. Stop waiting for the right time. The right time is now. The life you want is waiting for the action only you can take. Your future is knocking, answer the door. Delay is the silent assassin of dreams. Every moment you tell yourself, I'll start tomorrow, or next week is better, you are allowing the life you could have to slip further and further from your grasp. You see, most people don't fail because they lack talent or intelligence. They fail because they hesitate, because they wait for the perfect moment that will never come. Life doesn't pause for anyone, and the longer you wait, the more opportunities pass by unnoticed. Every day, every hour, every second that you delay is an opportunity lost. Imagine looking back 5, 10, 20 years from now, realizing that your life could have been completely different if you had only acted sooner. That thought alone should be enough to ignite a fire inside you, enough to shake you out of the comfort that has kept you stagnant for so long. Delay is not just a habit, it's a mindset, and it is learned. You didn't wake up one day incapable of taking action. You were conditioned slowly but surely to let fear, doubt, and hesitation control your choices. The voice in your head that whispers, wait, you're not ready yet, or it's too risky, is not your friend. That voice is the enemy of your potential. It doesn't care about your dreams. It doesn't care about your future. It only cares that you stay small, safe, and comfortable. And the moment you understand that, the moment you recognize that your hesitation is the only thing standing between you and the life you want, you gain power, you gain clarity, you gain the ability to break free from the invisible chains that have been holding you back. Delay is seductive because it feels safe. When you delay, you don't fail, and when you don't fail, you don't have to confront the fear, the uncertainty, or the discomfort of taking action. But safety is a trap. Safety is a cage disguised as comfort. The life you are capable of living is on the other side of discomfort, on the other side of risk, on the other side of action. Every person who has ever achieved greatness has had to stare fear in the face, make decisions in uncertainty, and move forward when the conditions were far from ideal. They didn't wait for clarity, they created it. They didn't wait for motivation, they generated it through movement. You see, momentum is born from action. You don't wait to feel ready, you act, and readiness is created through action. The longer you delay, the heavier the weight of inertia becomes. Your mind convinces you that staying still is easier, but in reality, every day you delay is a day that steals your confidence, diminishes your courage, and shrinks your capacity for growth. Your dreams are alive, and they are not patient. They require your energy, your focus, your commitment. Every moment you wait, they wither a little. Every moment you hesitate, the life you could be living drifts further away. But the power to change this is in your hands. It is in your willingness to make a decision, to take one bold step, to disrupt the pattern of delay that has been dictating your life. It is in your courage to confront the excuses, to recognize that not now is the same as never, and to refuse to let another day pass without movement toward your goals. Delay is not inevitable, it is not permanent, it can be defeated, and the weapon against it is simple but powerful: action. Action that is immediate, relentless, and uncompromising. Action that does not wait for conditions to be perfect, for motivation to be high, or for fear to disappear. Action that says, I am done waiting. I am done hesitating. I am done letting my future slip away while I linger in the illusion of safety. Every step you take, no matter how small, chips away at the walls that delay has built around your life. Every choice you make to act, every decision to move forward despite uncertainty, strengthens your momentum, builds your confidence, and expands your sense of what is possible. Delay cannot withstand repeated action. It crumbles in the presence of decisive, consistent movement. It is not an abstract concept or an inevitable part of life. It is simply a habit, and like all habits, it can be broken. The key is understanding that your future is not something that happens to you. It is something you create. It is not waiting for your permission to exist. It is waiting for your courage, your energy, and your willingness to take responsibility for it. Delay is the thief of dreams, but action is the liberator of destiny. Comfort is one of the most dangerous traps we face in life because it disguises itself as safety, as peace, as stability. We tell ourselves, I'm okay where I am, or I'll stay here until things feel right. But what we fail to realize is that comfort is slowly killing our potential. It is the silent hand that keeps us from pursuing greatness, the invisible chain that holds us in the middle of mediocrity while our dreams wait just beyond the horizon. Every human being has a natural tendency to seek comfort, to avoid pain, to resist uncertainty. It is wired into our biology. But what separates the people who achieve extraordinary results from those who live ordinary lives is the willingness to embrace discomfort. Growth does not happen in comfort zones. Transformation does not happen while you are sitting safely where nothing can touch you. Real change, real fulfillment, real success comes when you are willing to face fear, to step into uncertainty, to challenge the status quo of your own life. Comfort tells you that risk is dangerous, that failure is shameful, that staying still is safe. But the truth is, staying comfortable is far more dangerous than taking a risk. Every day you choose comfort over courage, you are eroding your future. You are giving up small pieces of yourself, little by little, until one day you wake up and realize that the life you are living is nothing like the life you imagined. Comfort is addictive because it feels easy. It feels painless, it feels secure, but security without growth is stagnation, and stagnation breeds regret. Ask yourself how many times you've held back from taking a bold step because it was uncomfortable, how many times you've said, "I'll wait until it's easier," or "I'll do it when I feel ready." Those moments, those small hesitations accumulate. They compound over time until they form a life that is far smaller than what you are capable of achieving. Comfort is the enemy of excellence, the enemy of progress, the enemy of your potential. The only way to break free from its grip is to take deliberate, intentional action toward discomfort. It's not enough to simply think about change, to dream about better, or to hope that life will hand you opportunity. You must move, even when it feels hard, even when it feels scary, even when your mind screams at you to stay safe. Every successful person, every leader, every innovator, every champion has understood that comfort is not your friend. They have faced situations that made them uneasy, decisions that challenged their beliefs, paths that were uncertain and risky, and they have chosen action over ease. They have chosen growth over safety. Comfort lulls you into complacency. It makes mediocrity feel tolerable, and in that tolerable state, your potential is suffocated. You can have a life that is comfortable, but you cannot have a life that is extraordinary without leaving comfort behind. Every choice to stay comfortable is a choice to limit yourself. Every time you resist the challenge, you shrink your vision of what is possible. Growth demands that you stretch beyond what feels normal, beyond what feels safe, beyond what feels familiar. It demands courage, it demands persistence, it demands the ability to stand in the face of uncertainty and move forward anyway. The key is to reframe discomfort not as a threat, but as a signal, as a guidepost. The areas of life that feel hardest, that push you to your limits, that challenge your beliefs and your fears, are exactly where you need to go. Those are the spaces where your strength grows, where your confidence rises, where your potential expands. Comfort does not teach you anything. It does not prepare you for the challenges of life. It does not push you to become more than you are today. But discomfort, struggle, challenge, risk, and uncertainty are the teachers that show you what you are capable of. You must learn to embrace the discomfort, to lean into the difficulty, to welcome the moments that scare you the most. Those moments are the indicators that you are on the path to greatness. Every time you choose comfort over growth, you delay your destiny. Every time you resist the hard path, you shorten your vision of what is possible. And every time you step into discomfort, you expand your strength, your courage, and your ability to create a life that is far bigger than what you imagined. Action is the ultimate force that separates those who live extraordinary lives from those who merely exist. It is not motivation, not inspiration, not talent, and not circumstance that creates lasting results. It is the willingness to act decisively, consistently, and without waiting for perfect conditions. Too often, people believe that they must feel ready, that the stars must align, or that the timing must be flawless before they can take the first step. But life does not operate on perfect timing. Waiting for the perfect moment is nothing more than a form of delay disguised as prudence, and it is one of the most destructive habits a human being can have. Every day you wait is a day lost, an opportunity surrendered, a moment in which your potential begins to erode. The world does not reward intention, it rewards results, and results are born from action. Action is the bridge between dreams and reality, between possibility and achievement. Without it, your ideas, your plans, and your ambitions remain trapped inside your mind, invisible to the world and powerless to create change. The truth is, action is not just something you take when it feels easy or convenient. Action is something you must take in the face of resistance, when fear is loudest, when uncertainty threatens to paralyze you. It is in these moments, precisely when hesitation calls to you, that the choice to act defines your destiny. Every person who has ever achieved greatness has done so because they understood this principle. They understood that waiting for clarity or confidence is a trap, that movement generates momentum, that doing something, even imperfectly, propels you forward faster than waiting for perfection ever could. The first step is always the hardest. You will doubt yourself, you will question your abilities, and you will encounter obstacles that seem insurmountable. But every step you take creates a foundation for the next. Momentum is the product of action, and once momentum begins, it becomes unstoppable. Action transforms energy into results, dreams into reality, and potential into achievement. Without action, your ideas are powerless. Without movement, your goals remain illusions, distant and unattainable. The power of action is not simply in doing. It is in doing consistently, persistently, and with focus. It is in taking responsibility for your life, refusing to blame circumstances, and refusing to wait for anyone else to grant you permission. You are the architect of your future, and every decision you make to act, every step you take toward your goals, is a brick in the foundation of the life you are building. Action also breeds confidence. The more you do, the more capable you feel. The more capable you feel, the more likely you are to take even greater steps. It is a cycle, a compounding effect, a snowball that grows larger and more powerful with each motion forward. On the other hand, inaction breeds doubt, fear, and regret. The longer you wait, the louder your inner critic becomes, the more your excuses accumulate, and the further your dreams drift from your grasp. Action, no matter how small, disrupts this cycle. Action turns thought into experience, fear into courage, and hesitation into progress. Every significant achievement in history began with someone who chose to act when others were waiting, someone who refused to be paralyzed by uncertainty or perfectionism. They understood that the world rewards movement, and that stagnation is the enemy of fulfillment. Taking action also teaches you lessons that no amount of planning, thinking, or studying can provide. It exposes weaknesses you need to strengthen. It reveals opportunities you could not see from the sidelines, and it provides clarity about the direction you truly need to pursue. Inaction provides none of this. Inaction leaves you blind, stuck, and wondering what could have been while watching others pass you by. The choice is yours. You can wait, you can hesitate, you can continue to dream without moving, or you can act now decisively, courageously, relentlessly. Action is not a one-time event. It is a lifestyle, a habit, a commitment to constantly moving forward, learning, adjusting, and pushing beyond the limits of what you once thought was possible. When you take action, when you refuse to wait for perfect conditions, you unlock power within yourself that you never knew existed. You tap into strength, creativity, and resilience that only emerge through doing, through facing challenges head on, and through refusing to let fear dictate your choices. Action is the vehicle through which your potential becomes reality, through which your life transforms from ordinary to extraordinary, through which your dreams no longer remain abstract ideas but tangible experiences in the world. Fear is not something to be avoided. It is a signal, a compass, pointing you toward the areas in life where growth, transformation, and extraordinary opportunity await. Every time fear arises, it is an indication that you are standing at the edge of something significant, something that has the potential to change your life forever. Most people respond to fear with hesitation, avoidance, or denial. They tell themselves it's too risky, or I'm not ready, or I'll wait until I feel safe. But the truth is that safety is the enemy of greatness. The very things that scare you are often the things that hold the keys to your next level, to your breakthrough, to the life you are capable of living. Fear is not a signal to stop. It is a signal to act, to push forward, to step into the unknown with courage and determination. Every person who has achieved remarkable success has felt fear, sometimes intensely, sometimes paralyzingly, and yet they chose to move forward anyway. They understood that fear is not a stop sign, it is a guide pointing directly to the experiences that will expand their strength, their confidence, and their capacity to achieve. The presence of fear does not mean you are weak. It means you are alive, you are growing, and you are on the path towards something meaningful. Fear becomes destructive only when you allow it to control you, when you let it dictate your decisions, when you let it keep you in a place of safety, stagnation, or mediocrity. The most courageous people are not those who never feel fear. They are those who feel it fully and still act, those who take decisive steps even when their heart is pounding, when their mind is screaming, when every instinct tells them to retreat. Embracing fear requires a shift in perspective. You must begin to see fear as a signal that you are moving in the right direction, that you are stepping outside of your comfort zone, that you are challenging yourself to become more than you were yesterday. Every great achievement, every breakthrough, every moment of transformation begins with this choice: to acknowledge fear, to face it, and to act in spite of it. Fear is also a teacher. It reveals the areas in your life where you have limiting beliefs, where you have doubts, where you have been avoiding responsibility for your own potential. It highlights the gaps between who you are today and who you are capable of becoming. By confronting fear, you gain clarity, you gain strength, and you gain momentum. Every time you take action in the face of fear, you prove to yourself that you are capable, that you are resilient, and that you can achieve more than you ever thought possible. Fear can also be harnessed as a source of energy. The adrenaline it generates, the intensity it creates, the heightened awareness it demands, all of these can be channeled into focused action, into relentless pursuit of your goals, into creating results that others may think impossible. The more you confront fear, the less power it has over you. The more you move through it, the more confident, empowered, and unstoppable you become. On the other hand, avoidance strengthens fear, magnifies doubt, and diminishes your capacity to act. Every time you choose to step away from fear, you reinforce the habit of hesitation, the pattern of delay, and the life of compromise that most people settle for. Courage is a skill, not a trait. It is cultivated by repeated action, by taking the steps you fear, by facing uncertainty head on, and by refusing to let doubt dictate your choices. The more you practice this, the more natural it becomes. The more you step into fear, the more you expand your capacity, your influence, and your potential. Your fears are not obstacles. They are signposts pointing you toward growth, toward opportunity, toward the life that only exists beyond your comfort zone. Every breakthrough you desire, every dream you want to realize, every goal you wish to achieve is waiting for you on the other side of fear. The key is to act anyway, to move forward with courage, to embrace the discomfort, and to let fear guide you instead of controlling you. Fear is inevitable, but letting it stop you is optional. When you learn to harness fear, to respect it, to act in spite of it, you unlock a level of power, clarity, and resilience that transforms your life, transforms your future, and allows you to achieve what once seemed impossible. Momentum is the invisible force that transforms small steps into massive results, that converts effort into achievement, and that separates those who consistently succeed from those who struggle to make progress. Momentum is not accidental. It is built, nurtured, and maintained through deliberate action, consistent effort, and relentless focus on your goals. Most people underestimate the power of momentum because they fail to start. They hesitate, or they allow minor obstacles to stop them before they even begin. But the truth is that momentum, once created, becomes self-reinforcing. One step leads to another, one action produces energy, and that energy propels you further than you thought possible. Every movement forward, no matter how small, has the potential to create this force. Momentum is born from decision, The decision to act, the decision to commit, the decision to keep moving even when conditions are uncertain, uncomfortable, or challenging. Without a decision, there is no motion, and without motion, your potential remains dormant. Momentum requires consistency. It is not the result of a single heroic effort or a one-time breakthrough. It is the outcome of repeated, focused action taken over time. Every day you choose to act, every hour you invest in pursuing your goals builds momentum and strengthens your capacity to achieve more. Momentum is also a powerful psychological tool. As you begin to move forward, your confidence grows. Your clarity improves. Your fears begin to shrink, not because they disappear, but because you have learned that you are capable of moving through them. The more momentum you generate, the more unstoppable you feel, and the more likely you are to continue acting decisively. On the other hand, the absence of momentum compounds stagnation. Every day spent waiting, hesitating, or delaying makes the next step harder. Inertia builds, resistance increases, and motivation diminishes. Momentum is fragile at first, which is why starting is often the hardest part. The first step requires courage, commitment, and focus because you are moving against the natural pull of delay, fear, and comfort. But once momentum begins, it becomes a force that propels you forward, and each successive step becomes easier, more natural, and more powerful. Momentum also amplifies opportunity. When you are moving, the universe responds. Doors that seemed closed begin to open. Connections, resources, and ideas appear in your path because action attracts opportunity. Those who wait, who hesitate, and who delay rarely experience this flow because opportunity follows motion, not idleness. The key to sustaining momentum is to pair it with purpose. Action without direction can create busyness but not progress. Momentum directed toward meaningful goals, aligned with your deepest values and highest vision, becomes unstoppable, transformative, and life-changing. Every time you act in alignment with your purpose, you reinforce momentum, build confidence, and create a feedback loop that propels you forward with increasing force. Momentum is also a shield against fear and doubt. When you are moving forward, hesitation loses its power, excuses shrink. Fear retreats because you are already in motion. The energy created by action fuels further action, and the cycle grows stronger, more powerful, and more unstoppable over time. Even when setbacks occur, momentum allows you to recover faster, to pivot with resilience, and to keep moving forward with determination and focus. The compounding effect of momentum is extraordinary. Small, consistent actions repeated over time generate results far beyond what is possible through sporadic bursts of effort or random inspiration. This is why people who start now, who refuse to delay, who commit to taking action every day, eventually achieve breakthroughs that seem miraculous to those who are waiting for the perfect moment. Momentum is not just a concept. It is a practical force that can be harnessed by anyone willing to act decisively, consistently, and with purpose. It is the secret weapon of high achievers, the differentiator between those who dream and those who achieve, and the engine that powers extraordinary results. Building momentum begins with one step, one decision, one action taken today. That step triggers a sequence, a chain reaction, and a flow of energy that grows stronger and more powerful with every movement. The more momentum you create, the more your confidence expands, your focus sharpens, your courage multiplies, and your results accelerate. Momentum is the force that turns ordinary effort into extraordinary outcomes. And when you learn to harness it, you gain the ability to achieve more, overcome more, and become more than you ever thought possible.